What's good, my zesty lemons? It is I, Lee, and thank you so much for stopping by Zesty Tarot. So, like I said in the comments, I think that okay, I am going to trust in my reading simply because I believe that it is coming from a good place, hence the universe, God. However, I am going to continue to do like a follow-up to see about Judge Lyman, because every time I hear that lie, man, all you do is lie. So it's not funny in this situation, but it's just me thinking about, what if he is on some bullshit? I don't know. But I should have asked what his intentions are. And so that's exactly what we're going to get into. So this might be a shorter reading so that I can get an understanding of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time watching me, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. And thank you so much for the continuing of subscriptions. Like, I am so happy that you guys are listening to little old me or taking notes or however you do it. I also want to put it out there that I am doing readings for free, because I feel like the best way to really market myself is to let you know that I am the real deal. Yes, I can do celebrity readings, but I can also tap into your personal life if you would like for me to. Only thing that I don't do is health readings. I don't do death readings. I don't do lottery. Not law. I'm not going to tell you how to get back at your ex. I don't do spells. Everything that I speak of will always come from love. Oh, and I don't do soulmate celebrity readings, because let me tell you, we all are in love with somebody that is a celebrity, and unless you are aligned with that, then I can't speak on that. And you also have to think about the well-being of the person that you're thinking of too, right? So anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. God, thank you so much for this opportunity. I am back again to do another reading about Judge Lyman. And this time I'm wanting to know, what are his motives in this case? What are the underlying motives in this case? Is he naturally going to side with Blake Lively? Or is he genuinely going to side with Justin Baldoni? Okay. And then after that, y'all just going to have to trust the process, because I don't know what else to say. Because like I said, with the with all of the flooding of information, some of that is hearsay. Some of that is not true. Some of it is exaggerated. Some of it is... now, I understand that there's other people that's a part of this case, but we're solely focusing on him, on Judge Lyman, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds. Well, not even Ryan, because I know he has something to do with it, but Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. We need to focus on whether or not he's going to be manipulative. I don't care about anything else at this time. I just want to know the energy surrounding his motives at this time. Not saying that I don't care about what you're saying or anything, but we're just going to cut the noise and just get straight to, to business. Okay. Yeah, it's right there because it hurt. It hurt. Alright, so we have the Queen of Cups here. Can y'all see that? Because it's kind of dark. There we go. So with the Queen of Cups, it doesn't matter because he's a guy, but I feel like he is emotionally completely balanced in this. And I think that he is looking at this from a compassionate view. This is just the basis of it. We're going to see if this changes. We have the Six of Pentacles. Now, this is charity. This is also offering of money. give and take. What you put in, you're going to get back from like-minded individuals. So from this view, it does look like, and this could also be Blake too. So we'll see. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles here. So it's some type of abundance. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. So leaving a storm and basically escaping a storm and moving towards calm waters. So, but the interesting thing is also with the Six of Pentacles, this is the question of, is this about money? But I honestly think that this is for the higher good of all. Because I think that he's focusing on like generational wealth. Not so much for himself, but I think for Justin's family. Like there's compassion in that. But this could also be saying that Lively tried to sneak in some money or whatever in hopes of abundance and to possibly escape. So we're going to see exactly what this is saying here. We got that Tower card right there. Okay, so God, can you tell me why these cards are here? Speak to me. What is it exactly that is going on? One more. So, if this is Blake, I feel that... Hold on. I'm just... Okay. Either you're right, and he is siding with him or her, because this could say that justice is on her side. However, I just don't feel that way. I don't know. Then we have the Ace of Cups here. So this is going to be an emotional time. Let's see here. Three of Swords. Heartbreak. Stabbed in the back. And then stabbed in the back again. And see, and even with this is confusion, but you know the truth. Can you tell me why? Hold on. I want to know more about this Queen of Cups, please. Why is the Queen of Cups here? Or I could say that the Queen of Cups is him moving in fairness because she is compassionate. I mean, that is to see something from a compassionate viewpoint that makes sense, which I saw in the other reading. Let's see here. Why is Justice here with the Queen of Cups? Why is the Queen of Cups here? Burden. Okay. Why is this here? the Eight of Wands. Then we have the Three of Pentacles with that. Okay, so I was expecting to see the Seven of Swords, the Four of Pentacles. We do have the Five of Swords here with the Ten of Swords. So I just don't think this is Justin at all. I think this is Blake. Because, you know, this person is putting up a fight. And sometimes things are just better left the way that they are and just leave it alone, like walking away. There is a caption on one of these cards that says, "You cannot be right all the time." So I think that, and we have, you know, a 10 here, so it's going to be the end of the stress. The pressure. What was in the dark will come to light. And it's going to be a transition for healing and moving on. Like I said, I do think that, I think we got this card before with the Eight of Wands, swift movement. And it's a possibility that it could have been delayed. Today we got this card again, so today is the 1st. I'm not for certain if we're going to hear anything or not. I think between the 1st and the 12th is what I said, but I'm not good with timing. And then with the Ten of Pentacles, with the Three of Swords, that's betrayal, a separation. And then you have the Three of Pentacles, so that's support. Them coming together to try to ruin Justin. So let me do it this way. Because see, the thing with tarot is that it cannot give you a definitive answer of yes or no. So you have to kind of look at the situation for what it is and be like, yeah, I can see him trying to do some shady stuff, but I don't think so. I think that because she has the sword of truth and the way that she's even wielding it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a battle here. And I'm not saying that he's distraught in any kind. I mean, he may not give a shit about this thing. But the thing is that I think that he don't spoke his truth. And it is what it is. He doesn't care if it hurts the person or not. And I don't think that is Justin. But if it is, then my bad. I think what it is that I feel pressured because I'm trying to see what you guys are seeing. So I got to be true to myself, and I just don't see it. So is Judge Liman being manipulative? What energies are surrounding Judge Liman that will prove that he is being true to what he is or manipulative? Okay, so it says, have faith that healing is in the forecast. We have the Star card. So that's a positive omen. It doesn't mean that, I think for Blake, I think that she's hoping, you know what I mean, that it's going to work out in her favor, but I don't think so. We have the Eight of Swords, stop overthinking and just do it. I just don't think that that's something that he would do. So I feel like the universe is like, stop thinking that this is going to happen. And then the world card, yay, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. Like, this is completion here, success. I don't think that he's doing anything. Okay, and then, excuse me, the King of Pentacles, true success isn't about money, it's about happiness too. So, with that, I feel like this. He doesn't need her money because, I mean, he's making a lot of it anyways. And I just want to put it out here. I know that y'all don't like him. It's very evident that y'all do not like him. And you have every right. Your feelings are valid in that. But I have to say, don't focus on what he has denied and automatically run with that and assume that he is against him. Now, there might be other things that might come out. But honestly, if you don't hear it from him, what do we have? We have baseless conjecture. That's all we have at the end of the day. That's all we have. And so I'm just going to stick to my guns here. I don't see anything that is shady. If anything, I feel that he's going to reward Justin. And Blake is going to feel this way. So why don't I do it this way? Because I'm going to try to go around the board here just to make sure that I'm hitting on something. So then that way, with what we just saw, we're going to see who's going to be in favor of this. So you're seeing me in real time trying to figure this out myself. But I think that I'm trying to create a narrative for you that's just not going to happen. And I'm saying that on the side of him screwing Justin over. I don't think he's going to do that. But, you know, he can flip it. That's the thing about tarot card readings. Things are not set in stone. And right when he decided that he was going to do good, he could turn around and be like, you know what? I'm going to screw him over. You know, like anything can happen. So, we're going to do it this way. I'm going to use these to be easier. Alright. God, what will be the overall energy surrounding Blake Lively and her team once the verdict is out? What would be the overall energy surrounding Blake Lively once the verdict is out? All right. And then we're going to do the same for Justin. And it could also be one of those, you're just going to have to see it for yourself, because sometimes if you ask the question too much, I believe that the cards get annoyed and they're like, we're not going to do this. Just sit your butt down and watch the, watch the news or however they're going to do it. Okay. Well, okay. Then we have toxic witches right here. All right, so we have the starting point is the 9 of Cups. So she's definitely wanting and hoping that her wish will be fulfilled. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. Pause and savor the results of your success. And then we have the 10 of Wands. Why make things so much difficult than they need to be? Then we have the 6 of Swords. All aboard which it's time to write a new chapter. All right. Come on, y'all. So the fact that it, and I could also say like, oh, she's like, oh, well, the burden is done now. But it's not in reverse. So I will say this, if she does get something out of that, they're going to keep fighting. They should keep fighting. All right. They're going to have me here all day trying to figure this out. It's not, I don't mind it. I'm just like, because now you got me invested in this. Balance, celebration, 5 of Pentacles, so no longer, yeah. But then you have the 9 of Wands or Swords here, and then you have the 10 of Pentacles again. Why is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse? These are those moments where I kind of wish that the cards would flip in reverse or whatever so that I could just know. Alright, so Temperance card, 9 of Pentacles, Hierophant, 5 of Swords again. Yeah, it's just some... I could also say that that's disappointment too. Wait a minute. So, let me try to not overthink. So, the second card could also be what could help the situation, what could harm it, or what's influencing it. So, the idea could be she can rest because she's put in all this work and she's enjoying the fruits of her labors. However, it is in the 5 of Pentacles, which does represent financial strife. So this could represent losing it. And then you see the smug look on her face here, kind of. But how I look at this right here, not being able to get it. I don't know. I'm starting to confuse myself and I don't like it. So let's go ahead. This is probably going to be my worst reading ever because I'm trying my best to see here. Doing things in moderation. Balance, celebration. All right, we'll go with Justin to see. And if it, I probably should have done Justin first, but we're going to see. And if his reading is more on the sadness, then yeah, she definitely won, and he is siding with her. And that is going to be so disheartening. Because why do that? People can get away with anything anymore. Just for money. Something that you just can't take with you when you pass away. But hey, at least that's money to put in the bank. Okay. God, what are the surrounding energies of Justin Baldoni once the verdict is reached? What is the overall energy of Justin Baldoni? Okay. It's always the middle. Okay. Okay, so with the Six of Wands, we have you're kind of a big deal, so start acting like it. But how I look at this is success, rewards, recognition. The Ten of Swords. Hurt people, and hurt witches, hurt witches. That was one that I didn't want to see. The Eight of Wands too. Light a cauldron under, or light a fire under your cauldron and go, go, go. So yeah, if he ends up getting screwed out of this, he's fighting back. And then we have the Queen of Wands here. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. All right, but how I look at this, and that's so unfortunate, but I will say that while they're trying to send all this bull crap to hurt him, and if he does lose, I think he's going to give it another shot, but it's not going to stop him. And if anything, he's already won the public's, favor. They know that, he's not that type of person. I hate that. Or it could just be him overall, like he's exhausted, he's at the end of everything, and they are like, you know what? We're going to fight harder. We're going to put that heat up underneath her. And we got confidence, and we're going to get that recognition for that too. So it's interesting how it started off sad, but it got positive, But with Blake's, hers started off positive, somewhat positive, but then you started to see some difficult situations, especially with that Three of Swords. And I honestly think that I'm just overthinking it at this time. But I keep saying it. I don't think she's going to win. But with that being said, I can only see so far in my gifts. But I'm going to do the best that I can to translate it the way that I need to. All right. So we have the Star card here. I can't show her nudity, but we have the Star card here. Yes, he is vulnerable, but what I see about this is he's got facts to back him up. We already know that, right? And just who he is as a person, the good that he does for other people, I feel like God is going to pour that into him. We have the Strength card. So he's trying his best to keep everything calm, cool, and collected, but I can only imagine the rage that he feels. Okay. He feels like he's going to lose. He's scared. Or it could mean that he is going to lose. That sucks. Death. Well, that really sucks. And if Judge Liman does that, that needs to be called out for sure. With all the evidence that is presented, there is absolutely no freaking way that they could just get over that. I mean, get over on that really upsets me. I hope this, like, my heart just sunk. So yeah, he sees through her nonsense, but he's still going to pardon this? For what? So we got the star card again on top of, okay, so basically I keep hearing faith, having faith. So there's hope here. Even though he's hurt, or he's having faith that everything's going to pull through for him. The Seven of Swords, now it finally comes out. So yeah, people are going to come together. There's going to be an influx of information. And he's going to, and yeah, he knows that, yeah. He knows that there's some shady stuff going on. And then we have the Lover's card. So I feel like even if she takes him down in this regard, I think that he's still going to fight. But now we have the Death card here, and we have the the Ten of Cups here. So this represents the family dynamic. So here's a few things that I'm thinking, because I'm overwhelmed now. So these messages, or whatever she tries to, whatever announcement, he's just going to brace for it. But yeah, it's either he's just going to accept the fact that, or call out the fact that she's stealing, or he's, getting the rights back, or getting this case closed. He gets his rights back, which they were his from the jump. Ooh, I don't know. This actually got my head hurting. This is why I should have just stayed to my guns. But I don't know. You guys will have to tell me what you guys think, because I'm very disappointed now. Because at first I was sure, but at this time, I can say it like this, at this time, depending on Boldini's next move. But it's still kind of hard to tell, because with that Six of Pentacles, you know what I mean? That just makes me sick. I don't want her to win. And I'm just going to pray over this. I just pray that God be the shield over Justin, his finances, and all of that, and continue to reveal everything that needs to be revealed, because the intentions are there. I could also see the Seven of Swords as in the reverse, being called out, admitting truth, but not so much for him. Maybe she's going to come out, or something's going to come out to prove that this is all a scam. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. Yes, you feel left out in the cold, but I could look at this as divine, a divine choice is going to be made, which in return can signify happiness. And this Death card could symbolize the ending of this monstrosity and a rebirth occurring, and him getting the recognition. So that might be what it's saying, and I'm just overthinking it. And then let me go back here with the Eight of Wands here. Like I said, this is forward movement, rapid movement. But basically, like, control your urges and let the truth speak for itself, because she's going to get caught, even though it's in the upright, But in the reverse, admit admitting of guilt or truth being revealed about a guilt. So the ending of a difficult situation and doubling down on having faith that everything is going to be all right. And I think that's card number 17. And when you add it together, then that's an 8. And what you put out into the universe, you're going to get back. So in a way, I'm still, I don't know if I'm allowing myself to become overburdened by it, but I'm still going to stick to what I say. If I misinterpret this because of the anxiety of it from being wrong, or I'm thinking that I'm wrong, I think that even if they're trying to do some shady dealings, something's going to be called out. Maybe there's going to be a divine intervention that is really going to set the tone. Because I believe, and I didn't even get a chance to or look at that card, but I remember seeing the Hierophant. And that would represent the government officials or the justice system. But she also had the Justice card too. And the Justice card can symbolize in the reverse that it doesn't work out in her favor. So it's like she's hoping to achieve these goals, but why did you have that 3 of Swords? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stick to my guns. I'm thinking out loud, trying to figure this out, but I'm still going to stick to my guns and say that I think that he's going to win. But if I'm wrong, that's okay. I'm only human. I just pray that justice will be served eventually when it comes to Justin. And if the judge is doing this, shame on him. You just can't do people like that. And you know, it don't matter who you are. When it comes to money, if you have money, you're going to get bullied out of it. If you don't have money, you're going to get bullied out of it. So in this circumstance, life is fair because it's not fair to nobody. You see what I'm saying? Nobody gets a pass on this. This is disgusting. So I'm exhausted now. If you stayed and enjoyed this roller coaster of a ride as I tried to figure it out to get to the final message here. You know what? I ain't done yet. Hold up. I ain't done yet. Where are my oracle cards? There we go. Because I don't want to let it go. I want to be certain that what is being said here on each side is exactly what it is. All right. So God, what is the ultimate message that you would have for Judge Liman in this situation? Also, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. And then I'm getting off here because I am tired. So for the judge, build on solid ground. Blake, think things through. You really do need to. I know that's right, Justin. Laugh at your demons. And then the overall energy, reassess. I got these cards backwards, but reassess. Yeah, don't, Judge needs to not, he better not be corrupt in this situation. And as far as Blake is concerned, yeah, she's going to have to think some stuff through, because I'm telling you, I think that, I already think that her career is going to end anyways. No one's going to work with her. But I think that her world is going to crumble down. And as far as Justin is concerned, it's like, look, my resilience is top tier. Y'all think that y'all had me. And even if he lost, he's still going to win. If anything, I think that people are going to want to work with him even more. So in a way, in an odd way, they're going to be putting more money in his pockets. So... yeah, let me look at reassess real quick. Oh, Lord. I think it was 63. I've seen this card before. Yep, or 62. So, are present situations in your life leading you in circles? Yeah, I feel that way right now. In circles or down a dead end road. Are you working hard but finding little satisfaction? Do you feel as though you have lost your way? Maybe this is saying like, girl, leave this alone. Step back and decide where you're going and what you're doing and why. Don't drift from the influence of others or your fear. Okay, so basically I kind of feel like this reading is saying that to me, like, I know y'all have y'all's doubt, but at the end of the day, I need to stay true to myself. But I feel like also with the Judge, you know, don't let their influence. And I think that was the same card that he had in the last reading. Don't allow Blake's influence to try to ruin this man's life. Just don't do it. So with that being said, I still think that he's going to find favor in Justin. Okay, I'm done, y'all. If you enjoyed the reading, give me a thumbs up. You can hit that subscribe button. Drop some comments down below to let me know what you think about it. Tell your friends about me, but remember this, when life gives you lemons, always keep it zesty. Take care, everyone. Bye.